सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Guru Puja we celebrate on Ashadha Paurnami, which comes in the month of in between July and August. According to Sanskrit calendar, it is the month of Ashadha on Paurnami day. Therefore, we call it as Guru Paurnami. This Guru Paurnami we call with another name Vyasa Purnima. Guru Paurnami or Vyasa Purnima. Why this Guru Paurnami is called Vyasa Purnima? What is the significance of that Vyasa Purnima? Vyasacharya is one who represents the oral tradition of teaching for this entire Guru Shishya Parampara. Vyasacharya is one who represents the oral teaching, the tradition, that is Guru Shishya Parampara. He represents. Therefore, we celebrate the Guru Puja as Vyasa Puja also. And his original name was Badarayana or Krishna Dvaipayana. Original name was Badarayana or Krishna Dvaipayana. But he has got this Veda Vyasa status because he was the compiler of Vedas. Badarayana or Krishna Dvaipayana was the compiler of Vedas who rearranged the Vedas into 4 branches, 4 shakhas, like Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. And each Veda he divided into again 4 parts, each Veda consisting of Mantra Bhaga, Samhita Bhaga, Aranyaka Bhaga and Upanishad Bhaga. Vedan Vyasyati iti Veda Vyasahana. Since he was the compiler of Vedas, Vedan Vyasyati, one who arranged, codified the mantras. That is why he has got the status Veda Vyasa. Because he gave the tradition of Vedic teaching, Vaidika Dharma. He did the contribution, great contribution to the Vaidika Dharma. From that time onwards, this tradition is coming. Therefore, we take him as the link between Adi Narayana, Bhagavan, and until up to our Guru, he was the link. And how this Veda Vyasa, the title status came, we have to understand. Veda Vyasa wrote Brahma Sutras, 555 Brahma Sutras he wrote, the highest knowledge where he imparts through Nyaya Prasthanam. That is for high intellectuals. Not only that, for common people also, to educate common people, he wrote 18 Puranas. The photo next to Dakshinamurti is Vyasacharya's photo. He wrote 18 Puranas and 18 Upapuranas. Not only that, he wrote Itihasa called Mahabharata with 1,00,000 verses. So Vyasacharya, the status came to him, Shastra says, Vyasa is not a particular person at a particular time, at a particular place. Vyasa is not a person. Then who is he? We have to understand. I will give some quotations from Devi Bhagavatam and different texts of our scriptures. It is our responsibility to know. Vyasa is known as Chiranjeevi. So that Vyasa Bhagavan, who is he? Shastra says in Devi Bhagavata, Manvantareshu sarveshu dvapare yuge praduh karoti dharmarthi puranani yatha vidhi. Manvantareshu sarveshu, in every Dwapara Yuga, in every Manvantaram one Dwapara Yuga comes. In every Dwapara Yuga, Dwapare Yuge, Dharmarthi, the one who is desirous of propagating Dharma, Praduh Karoti, Bhagavan he himself takes an avatar and codifies the Vedas. Again, every Dwapara Yuga. Why only in Dwapara Yuga? Why not in Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga? That sloka also comes later. Puranani yathavidhi. Dwapare Vishnuhu Vyasa Rupena Sarvada. In every Dwapara Yuga, Vyasa Rupena Vishnuhu Sarvada. Lord Vishnu alone takes the avatara as Vyasa. Vyasa Rupena Sarvada. Why he takes that avatara? Vedamekam sabudhva kurute hita kamyaya. Ekam Vedam. Veda is only one. One Veda, he wants to make it into four branches. Vedamekam sabudhva kurute hita kamyaya. For the sake of, for the well-being of people, he does that compilation or that rearrangement of Vedas. Another reason why in Dwapara Yuga only, the mantra says, Alpayusho Alpa Buddhinscha. In Kali Yuga, that which is going to come, in Kali Yuga, Alpayusha, people are all having only less span of life. Alpayusha. Not only that, Alpa Buddhinscha, very limited intellect. In Kali Yuga going to come, that time in Dwapara Yuga, Bhagavan thought of Alpa Buddhinscha, Vipran Gnatva. All those Vipras means those wise people, even though they are wise, they are religious, but not having sufficient lifespan, sufficient intellect in Kali Yuga. That's why we need not worry if we don't have sufficient intellect. It is the credit of Kali Yuga. Okay. Vipram gnatva kalau atha. Kalau Kali Yuge atha. Therefore, what Bhagavan did? Purana samhitam punyam kurute asau yuge. So in every yuga, so that in every manvantaram, dvapare, yuge means dvapare. Before going to come Kali Yuga, this arrangement is done for our sake. In spite of that much arrangement, we are not ready to study. That is our greatness. Anyhow, Bhagavan made that arrangement. Bhagavan himself takes the avatara as Vyasa. He is not a particular person. So Bhagavan himself takes an avatara as Vyasa by codifying the Veda mantras. That's why Vedam Vyasyati iti Veda Vyasaha. This is about Veda Vyasa's biography, his birth. So another quotation also comes in Srimad Bhagavata. Also the same presentation comes, what I said in the above slokas. And Brihan Naradiyam, another quotation comes, 92nd chapter. 92nd, not Bhagavad Gita like Brihannaradiyam. In that text, Vyaso Narayanaha Sakshat. Bhagavan Narayana is Sakshat. Vyasaha eva. Vyasaha Bhagavan Narayanaha eva. Those who can sit on the floor, please sit down. Those who cannot sit on the floor, please take the chair. Please adjust, come forward. That Brihannaradiyam says, Sri Hari Vyasa Rupena Jayate cha yuge yuge. Brihannaradiyam says, Sri Hari, Lord Vishnu, Vyasa Rupena, in the form of Vyasa, Jayate cha yuge yuge. Dvapare dvapare yuge Jayate. He takes an avatara. We don't say it is birth. We call it as avatara. See how great Vyasacharya. Then Suta Samhita also says, what Suta Samhita says, Vyasta Vedataya Vyasaha iti Loke Shruto Munihi. Vyasa Muni, we hear about him because Vyasta Vedataya. He codified the Vedas, he rearranged the Vedas, he compiled the Vedas. Therefore, Ayam Sakshat Mahayogi, great yogi Vyasa Bhagavan. Who can be such a great person other than Vyasa Sarvajnaha Ishvaraha? Vyasa Bhagavan is all over. Sarvajnaha Ishvaraha, Sakshat Ishvara, only Vyasa Bhagavan. Suta Samhita says. How many pramanams are there, you see? Then Vishnu Purana says, Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Vidhi Narayanam Prabhum. The Krishna Dvaipayana is none other than Vyasa Bhagavan. May you know that Vyasa Bhagavan is Vishnu Bhagavan, Narayanam Prabhum. Then what the mantra says, Kohyanyaha Pundarikakshat Mahabharata Krit Bhavet. Who can do that? Writing of Mahabharata, such a great epic, who can write other than this Pundarikaksha, the Vishnu? Therefore, this much epic Puranas and Vedas compilation cannot be done by ordinary human being. This is Vishnu Purana also says this only. Then this Vyasa Bhagavan, present Vyasa Bhagavan, Lord Vishnu has got 21 avatars. 21 avatars. Among those 21 avatars, 17th avatara is Vyasa. 10 avatars we know, but Shastra says there are even Kapila Muni also one avatara. Like that, Bhagavan has 21 avatars. Among 21 avatars, that 17th avatara is Vyasa avatara. That's why every time whenever Bhagavan wants the Vedas have to be compiled, he comes Veda Vyasa Rupena. 17th avatar. That also Pramanam is there. Tatah Saptadasho Jataha Satyavatyam Parasharat. From Satyavati Parashara, this Vyasa Bhagavan took the 17th avatara, Lord Vishnu took as Vyasa Bhagavan, 17th avatara. Chakre Veda Taro Shakha Drishtva Pumsolpa Medhasaha. Pumsaha Alpa Medhasu Drishtva, having seen the Alpa Medhas, limited intellect of human beings, what Bhagavan did? Veda Taroho, Veda tree. It is one tree, Veda. That one tree Veda, he made it to 4 branches. Taro Shakha Chakre. Bhagavan did that. Therefore we chant the prayer verse. What? Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. I am very happy you are all chanting. Very good. Very good. I am very, very happy. So this is about Vyasa Bhagavan's life history. How Vyasa is not a particular person, is an avatara. Every Dwapara Yuga, Bhagavan takes the avatara. That's why we worship him as Vishnu Rupam. Now comes to the next topic. What are his contributions? How he did that? How we are benefiting by that contributions? We have to remember on this Guru Purnima day. Vedas are nothing but dharma. We have to understand. What do you mean by Veda? Veda means dharma. Then next question, what do you mean by dharma? That also we have to understand. Dharma, that derivation, if you understand, you know the meaning of, real meaning of dharma. Shastra says, Vyasacharya aiming at the righteousness in the people. Everyone has to live in a righteous manner. He wants to bring that dharma in the heart of people. So he take up that that work of bringing dharma in everyone's heart. For that, what he did? That dharma means, Shastra, Krishna Paramatma said, what is right, what is wrong, how we know. Through this fleshy eyes we cannot know. What is dharma, what is adharma, what is right or what is wrong, you cannot know through these fleshy eyes. Then how to know what is dharma? Shastra says, Krishna Paramatma said in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karyau Vyavasthitau. Karyam Akaryam. To do this way or not to do this, to avoid. These are all given in Shastra. By studying Shastra only we come to know what we have to do, what we have to avoid. Based on that word dharma, Veda connection I am giving, Vidanti anena dharman adharman iti Vedaha. Vidanti, we come to know what is dharma, what is adharma, what is righteousness, what is unrighteousness. We come to know through the Veda. Through Veda only we come to know. Vidanti anena dharma dharman iti Vedaha. Then why it is called, Veda is called Shrutihena? That also the derivation comes. Shruyate dharma dharmadhikam anaya iti Shrutihi. Veda is called Shrutihi, through which we hear what is dharma, what is adharma. That's why Veda is called Shrutihi. Veda is different, dharma is different. We should not think. Veda is dharma. Dharma is Veda. Therefore, dharma, that root comes from the dharayati iti dharmaha. Dharayati, that which protects, that which holds the earth, the universe. Three lokas, that which holds is called dharmaha. That which supports is called dharmaha. And Veda never says why you have to follow dharma, why you have to avoid adharma. Veda never says. You do this way, you don't do that way. That's all. Veda job is over. Then we get doubt, why I have to do that? Why I have to avoid this? For that you have to go to Puranas. For that you have to study Mahabharata, Ramayana, Itihasa. Ramayana, Bharata comes under Itihasa. Therefore you don't get why I have to follow dharma, why I have to avoid adharma. You don't get answer from the Veda. Veda is called Prabhu Samhitam. It is like a government. Why GST we have to follow? You have to follow, that's all. You should not ask why I have to follow, I don't want to follow. Commandment, rule, that's all. That is called Prabhu Sammitam, means ruler. Government gives that order, you have to follow. Similarly, Veda is like a government. It is President Ajna, like you have to follow whatever is dharma. You have to avoid whatever is adharma. Like that. Then, Purana Itihasa only tells us, if you follow dharma, these are the benefits. If you violate dharma, what are all you are going to lose, how much harmful to your life. Puranas talk about that. And Itihasa, Mahabharata, Ramayana talk about that. Through characters we can know. That is why Ramayana is the brainchild of Valmiki. Mahabharata is the brainchild of Vyasa Bhagavan. Ramayana is the brainchild born from the Valmiki's heart, Hridaya, mind, brainchild of Valmiki. And Mahabharata is the brainchild of Vyasa Bhagavan. And Manu also says, Veda is dharma. He says, in second chapter, Manusmriti says, Vedokhilam dharma moolam. Dharma is the moolam. What is the moolam for Veda? Dharma. What is the moolam for dharma? Veda. Vedokhilam dharma moolam, Manusmriti says. And Veda pranihito dharma. Dharma is given by the Veda. That's why Veda is our well-wisher. Veda is our friend like. That's why Vyasa Bhagavan wrote Puranas and Itihasas. They are all called Suhrit Sammitam. Vedas Prabhu Sammitam. They are like commandments. But Puranas and Ramayana, Mahabharata, they are like our friends, well-wishers. They talk about our well-being. If you follow this, very good. But there is a difference between Puranas and Itihasa again. What is that difference? No. Itihasa, Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are all revolving in one character, one story. Itihasa, Mahabharata and Ramayana. In Ramayana, Rama story only. Ramasyayanam Ramayanam. One story of Rama throughout the Ramayana. That is why we say Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. What about Mahabharata? 5 Pandavas. The whole story is revolving around 5 Pandavas, who are the representatives of Dharma. Now you see the Ramayana, the hero of Dharma is Rama, Lord Rama. One character, one story. In Mahabharata also, one story of all Pandavas, all 5 Pandavas put together, they are all representatives of Dharma. Whereas in Puranas, there are many stories. Satya Harishchandra, one value, Dharma, speaking truth, one Dharma. Satya Harishchandra, one character, one story. Similarly, Dadhichi Maharshi story. That story is connected to this Tyaga, sacrifice. Dadhichi Maharshi story tells about Tyaga value, Tyaga dharma. Similarly, Shivi Chakravarti. Shivi Chakravarti stands for compassion, Karuna. Karuna is also a value, it is a dharma. Then Bali Chakravarti, one story, comes for charity, Dhanam. Like that, all values, dharmas, are picturized in one character, one story in Puranas. In Itihasas, one story, many values, and one person it focused. Then Puranas and Itihasas, overall what they are teaching in the Dharma. Dharma only they are teaching. Why? Because Purana Itihasa based on Veda. Vyasacharya want to bring that dharma into the hearts of the people. That's why he brought that dharma which is said in Vedas into Puranas and Itihasa. We have to understand why we have to study Itihasa Purana. If you study, it is as good as you are studying Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. Equal to that. It is not just mere story. Veda Sara. Dharma is the Sara. Therefore, we see that Mahabharata is also equal to Panchamo Vedaha. You all of you know that. Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. Equal to this Veda status it has got. Who wrote? Our Veda Vyasa Bhagavan wrote that. Therefore, Dharati Lokam Anena, Dharati Vishwam Lokaha Anena, by which Dharma it is protected. This world is protected by. That is called Dharma. World is sustained by what? That is Dharma. Therefore, Dharmo Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishtha. Veda mantra says, Dharmo Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishtha. Dharma is that which protects and sustains the universe. Loke dharmishtam prajamupasarpanti. All people follow a dharmic person in the world. Loke dharmishtam prajamupasarpanti. Dharme sarvam pratishthitam. In dharma only everything is there. Tasmat dharmam paramam vadanti. Tasmat dharmam paramam vadanti. Therefore dharma is supreme. We have to follow dharma. You know, all the time I use that one shloka. What is dharma? Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapeedanam. Vyasa Bhagavan said, shlokarthena, in a half shloka I will tell you what is the essence of Puranas and Itihasa. Hurting others is papam, helping others is punyam. Paropakaram punyaya. If you do some help to others, paropakaram, it is punyam. Through punya you get sukham. Papaya parapeedanam, hurting others, peedanam, parapeedanam, papaya bhavati. It incurs, we incur sin. That is the essence of all Puranas, Itihasas. So therefore, dharmam, Sruyatam dharma sarvasvam. All of you know this sloka. Dharma sarvasvam sruyatam. Sruyatam dharma sarvasvam. Shrutva chaivavadharyatam. Dharyatam atmanastu pratikulani. Paresham na samacharet. I should not do what I don't like others to do to me. I should not do to others. What I don't like others to do to me, I should not do to others. This is the value. This is the dharma. So Vyasa Bhagavan gave this great contribution he did through Brahma Sutras, highest knowledge, and values dharma through Puranas and Itihasa. Puranas, Srimad Bhagavata, etc. Puranas. Many Puranas are there. And Itihasas, Ramayana, Mahabharata. Therefore, we have to develop respect towards Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas. We have to develop respect, reverence with humility. The Vinayam, with humility, we have to study them. Not looking somewhat fictions. Fictions means there may be lot of fictions because story parts are there. There may be lot of fictions. Dayananda Swamiji, Puja Swamiji, always quotes from Mahabharata. And he gave series of talks on Mahabharata. Therefore, we have to give respect to them. We should not see the fictions. Paramarthananda Swamiji always reminds, we don't look into the fictions of Puranas or Itihasas. We don't look into the fictions. Fictions means, are there Vanaras in Ramayana? How monkeys can help to Rama? How Ravana can have 10 heads? How Kumbhakarna can sleep 6 months? All these questions don't ask. Don't probe into that. We don't look into the fictions, we look into the message. We always want message. What message you can draw from that? Otherwise we are only the losers. Such a great treasure Vyasa Bhagavan kept in those texts, Itihasas, Puranas. If you go on looking at the fiction and the stories, like cock and bull stories it looks. Don't look into the stories. Sometimes the absolute truth is there, but there are so many fictions aside to the absolute truth. You have to focus on what? Absolute truth. Not on the fiction, not on the story part which has got a lot of dramatization, dialogues and all. Some people, those who are not having respect and reverence on our Vedic culture, Vedic dharma, on our scriptures, they always ridicule or criticize the Mahabharata, Ramayana. Till today people are criticizing. What you are going to get by criticism? Are you going to get any benefit by criticism? Because you are criticizing unnecessarily, you are probing on unwanted fictions. Why you are criticizing? Why you are looking like that? Other side, because you are focusing. Those people are focusing on fiction. Because of that they are losing the value. They can never get spiritual knowledge by just criticism. You get spiritual knowledge by looking into the truth, the dharma in that. Where from Bhagavad Gita is coming, tell me? 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Shastra. In which text it is coming? Mahabharata. The absolute truth. Through Lord Krishna's teaching, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa brought that Brahma Vidya, Brahma Sutra's teaching he brought into Mahabharata in the name of Bhagavad Gita. Why can't you look into Bhagavad Gita? Why you look into the how many wives are there for Krishna, how many gopikas, who are these gopikas, why you are bothering about that? Study properly with reverence. That is very important. Therefore, we have to understand properly by studying our Puranas and Itihasas. What you have to understand? The dignity, the dignified dictum, the dharma hidden in Puranas, the dharma hidden in Ramayana, the dharma hidden in Mahabharata. It is a dignified dictum. It is the voice of Veda Vyasa. The voice of Veda Vyasa is that. It is dignified. Look into that properly, get benefit out of it, and make your life meaningful, purposeful, and you can get enlightenment by Guru Prapti, Shastra Prapti. Where is Brahma Sutra? Where is Mahabharata, Ramayana story? Same Bhagavan, Veda Vyasa Bhagavan, he come down to the earth in Mahabharata, down to the earth. You see his brilliance in Brahma Sutras, amazing. To understand Brahma Sutras, he wants to prepare us from Mahabharata. That is his plan actually, original plan. Amnayasya. From Amnaya I am taking dharma and I want to put, just as a mother put that aushadham in the sweet coated pills or sweet any item, she puts that aushadham and she gives. Otherwise child cannot swallow. We are all like babies. We cannot swallow Brahma Sutra, we cannot swallow Upanishadic teaching, Vedantic teaching. So Veda's teaching, Upanishadic teaching, Vedanta teaching you want to understand. First you have to follow dharmic life, value-based life. Without value-based life, your life cannot be refined. Your antahkaranam cannot be refined. You cannot get chitta shuddhi. Therefore, start with Mahabharata. Start with Ramayana. But at the same time, don't teach Moolam Ramayana for children. Never. Below 20 years, they have to study Ramayana, Bharata only with pictures. Until they get maturity, they should not go to the Moolam, the original shlokas, translations. Don't teach to anybody when they are young. Bummala Bharatam, Bummala Ramayanam, they say. Only with the pictures. We focus on the value. Yaksha Prashnas. All the dharma we focus on. Each character. After 20 years, 25 years, you go to the Moolam when you are mature enough, then you can understand the depth of that dharma. Otherwise you cannot understand the hidden dharma in that. You misinterpret, because without shastric background, without a teacher, without a guru, if you yourself study the Moolam, you will misinterpret. Therefore, we have to give that Ramayana, Bharata to our children. Basic values only we have to give for them. Then the depth of that dharma hidden in that Puranas and Itihasa, that you can understand only after coming to Shastra study, that you can understand. Otherwise, it leads to lot of confusion. That is why I want to say, we worship Veda Vyasa, who is none other than Mahavishnu Avataram, the 17th Avatar, Satyavati Parashara's Putra, 17th Avatar of Mahavishnu. On this Guru Purnima day especially, we worship him, we remember him, his contributions done to this Vaidika Dharma. Till today we are able to study scriptures and able to understand Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, because of Vyasa Bhagavan. Without him, this culture, Vaidika Dharma is a vacuum. There is a voidness. We would have experienced voidness without Veda Vyasa. That's why we are indebted to Veda Vyasa, who gave all this through Itihasas, Puranas and Brahma Sutras. We have to remember him and we have to follow, study whatever the great teaching he has given to us, and the Guru Shishya Parampara tradition. We are offering our salutations to the entire Parampara. Sadasiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. We have to do our namaskarams to all of them. It is our prime responsibility to protect our culture, our dharma, by just studying Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata and Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads. Whole treasure is there, lot of treasure. So he has already accepted we have Alpa Medhas, Alpa Aish. That's why he brought easy method to understand each character, beautiful character he presented in every text. Therefore, we have to show our gratitude to all our teachers, great acharyas, who are all striving to protect this dharma. Nook and corners of the world, they are propagating this dharma. Day and night they are working so hard to to protect this dharma. And many sides, there are many evil elements are coming and trying to destroy this Vaidika dharma. And our acharyas from other side, they are trying to protect this dharma, Vaidika dharma. If Vaidika dharma is not there, life is meaningless. Therefore, with more Shraddha, we have to study Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita, and propagate more and more to your family members, to relatives, to the public, more and more propagate. It is need of the hour. Because of westernization, because of so many things are going on in the society, and with more energy we have to, all of us, first we have to study, we have to understand, we have to follow, implement and help others to come to that Vaidika dharma fold. So we offer our namaskarams to all our teachers on this auspicious day, Vyasa Purnima day or Guru Purnami day today. And today one news I read in the paper, in America, the NASA, they have given one day, the Paurnami, today is Paurnami. Normally they say, hey moon, one name they have given. Like that, different names are giving. One of the name is Guru Purnima, moon. Guru Purnima day, that is, went into that NASA, they have given such a name. They have recognized today is Guru Purnima day. Even NASA, America also, they have recognized this such a great auspicious day. Now we seek blessings from all our acharyas, and we put more effort further and further for our scriptural study and to get Brahma Jnanam and to attain moksha in this life itself. With this I conclude this topic. And one more, also I conclude that shloka Vyasa Bhagavan considered as a Trimurti. That shloka tells Achatur Vadano Brahma. Even though Vyasa Bhagavan is not having four heads, Achatur Vadanaha is not having four heads, but he is Brahma only. Achatur Vadano Brahma. Vivahur Aparo Harihi. Lord Hari alone is in the form of Vyasa Bhagavan, even though Vyasa is not having four hands. He is not having four hands. With two hands, he is Harihi, Vishnuhu, Vibahuhu, not Chaturbahuhu. Vibahuhu, but he is Hari only, with the two hands. Aphala Lochanaha, Rudraha, Aphala Lochanaha. He is not having third eye on his face, but he is Rudraha only. Aphala Lochanaha, Rudraha. Who is he? Bhagavan Badarayanaha. So he is only Brahma, he is only the Vishnu, he alone is Rudra or Shiva. That Badarayanaha, Vyasa Bhagavan, his voice has to always ringing in our minds. From this day onwards, again you start reading, even though you know Mahabharata, Ramayana, start reading or teaching to children Ramayana, Bharata and all. That is what a real treasure you can give to your future generation. Hari Om. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi